You've talked a lot about L.A. as well, and you have spent some time out there. And so in 1990, you moved to Los Angeles and became an actress out there, if I'm not mistaken. What
I
was that
did.
time in your life like?
I did a lot of crazy stuff. I did acting, but by the end, when I was in movies and in sitcoms, you would be sitting there waiting for the lighting to change everything, and I would get so bored I'd be writing lyrics to songs while I
Hmm.
was sitting there. And I was a realtor in Missouri, Tennessee, and California. So towards the end of being in Cal, I was there for 20 years, but I would come back and forth to my house here in Nashville. And when I was in LA, I liked it, but I just really, after I did all the acting and all the real estate and a bunch of stand-up comedy, I did that too. And when I was done with all that, I thought, what do I like doing most? Writing songs. Well, I'm going back to Nashville because this is the capital of the world for songwriting.
And you never stopped writing, right? No matter where you were.
No,
Yeah, you've
I
always written.
yeah, but but when I did different jobs, like when I was acting, when I was doing real estate, and all these different things I did, it would give me fodder to write about
Mhm.
because I would be, getting with people and having experiences, and you have to have life experience if you're going to write about it.
Right, and you're still writing today. You even said that earlier. So, how are you getting your songs plugged today? You're not published anymore, are you?
No, no, and well, I've had publishing since in 1990. I started my company, Duck House Music.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, and I've had it all this time, and I've gotten some cuts just in bumbling ways, like Juice Newton cut. They never made it to Memphis, and it's because I knew one of the guitar players in her band, and he heard the song. Who
Mhm.
knew that would happen? And Ronnie Millsap cut a song because I ran into his musical director when I went to a certain meeting here in Nashville. So I bumble into stuff, but I don't have a song plugger and I'm not getting nearly as many cuts as I did. Like, I had cut in movies, like in My Cousin Vinny and a bunch of different movies. And I think I had a song they played in the advertisement for Friends for a while, and I can't remember how those things happened. But you have a lot more big cuts when you're with a major publisher like Warner Chappell or BMG or
Right.
Sony or one of them. And I'm not anymore, but here's my perfect day. Get up, take a walk, write a song, play a gig, watch Andy Mayberry, go to sleep. So I'm not into schlepping my songs so much anymore, but when I pass away, I'm gonna leave them all with my friend J4, and he's so smart. He'll have somebody he can hand them to that'll
Mhm.
plug them. So,
And
I'm
yeah,
not worried
those
about.
and
I
those
don't care.
songs are forever too, which is such a cool thing
Yeah,
about
they'll be
music and
around
art.
forever, and
Yeah.
so I'm having a. I just love to write. That's my favorite thing to do, and I'm old enough now. I'm just gonna do what I love doing.
And you're performing a lot now too with other
Oh yeah,
songwriters
I
and
love to make people laugh. Yep.
yeah. So you're enjoying those live gigs as well, right?
Oh yeah, I love doing that.
And so you talked
Mhm.
earlier about mentoring younger artists as well, and I know you perform a lot of shows with those younger songwriters. Is that kind of something that you've pivoted towards now that you're not a published songwriter and paying it forward to younger songwriters?
I just bumbled into it. When I first came back from LA to live in Nashville at the house that I've had all these years since 1985, um, I I taught school for a year,
Hmm.
and then just 1 year, and then next thing I know, all these writers want to write with me, more and more and more. And the more gigs I play, the more young writers come up to me and want to write with me, and I want to write with them because who wants to see somebody my age coming up with a song when I could be their grandmother, the A&R person running a record company? So it's better that I write with these young kids and then they go down on Music Row because I don't
Hmm.
care about doing that anymore. I just want to come to my dining room table and write a song.
Yeah.
So it works really well. And they encourage me, like after I'm teaching them to write, they taught me about DistroKid and how to get on there and how to use Canva. and for the,
Hmm.
because you have to have an album cover for each song. And they taught me how to do that stuff and pushed me and said, "Put your stuff out, Jan," because I never thought of myself as a singer, but actually I'm pretty good, I guess. And
No,
so
yeah, absolutely, you are. Yeah.
so yeah, so now I'm doing it thanks to the kids. I was mentoring them and they started mentoring me.
I was gonna, the whole point of that question, I was gonna ask you. The next question was, what have you learned from them? And you answered it for us already. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's great stuff. So